Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Caddy Girl Garage. Happy Sunday. So today we're going to be hopefully removing the radiator from the 48 to get that off to the shop, also getting it on jack stands in the front so we can start on brakes, and also hopefully getting the 60 brakes done today in the back on the hearse. So thank you guys for joining the video. Let's get started. All right, so just kind of jumping back and forth on the hearse here. We have our rear line in, the brand new line that you can see. What are you doing now? Backing plate. Those were specially made by ABS Brake Shop in Orange. They had to custom make the backing plate because obviously people don't really typically disc brake these cars too often. So we're just going to have to tap it on because it's a machined fit for precise fitting. So we're probably going to have to tap it on, like I said, because of the paint that we just put on. That matters. And on the 48 here, we are just going to start removing hoses and our radiator here in a second. So we're just temporarily mounting this to get the check things.
Put the calipers on it so we can run our brake lines from the T to the calipers. Okay. This bottom hose wouldn't have made it very long.
No. No, time for replacement for sure.
It's not an original hose either.
No, I'm sure it's not.
It's one of the, ribbed cheap ones.
Mm-hmm. Is it going to work because of the leaf spring?
Yeah. And brake cable, of course, isn't long enough.
It's not?
No.
All right, so for all of our viewers, do you want to explain the next problem? Because there always is one.
Oh, it's not a major problem, but the brake, they got a really nice emergency brake set up on this. It pushes the piston in with this arm, but the stock cable is not long enough to meet their anchor in the back. So we'll have to extend the emergency brake cables somehow.
Somehow, I love that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, if it's universal, you can find an emergency brake cable for like a dually, which would definitely be that one.
How are we coming along over here?
Little but surely.
What were you just saying a few minutes ago?
Well, in this kit, you got to be careful because there's a stepped side to the hose and a flat side to the hose. So where it goes into the caliper, you have to make sure you put the flat side down. Otherwise, it won't tighten up squarely and it won't seal. Something to watch out for.
Okay.
Of course, they don't tell you in the directions, of course. They just know that you know what you're doing.
Yeah, like we said earlier, this is all just temporary for now, fitting everything. We have to do, we have to make a gasket still before we put the rear axles back in, and then we always have to service the rear end. So this is kind of just temporarily setting everything up for right now.
And we got to make brackets for these new hoses some way, somehow, with little clips.
And those will mount right about there, obviously.
Brake line usually sits on there. But so my brake lines are probably too long because I thought I was going all the way to the caliper with the hard line, but we're not. Because they give you flex lines. So I may have to get shorter brake lines and put a loop in them.
All right, so what's going on now?
So the brake hose that they've sent with the kit for the calipers, this is a 1/4 inch or a 3/16 fitting, and the car runs 1/4 inch brake lines. So the fronts are actually 1/4 inch. I don't know why they put the smaller ones in the back. These actually say 3.2 millimeter, which I don't know what that Americanized crossed over to. But we'll have to have them send us the same hoses that were in the front for the rears. That's all. Just another little setback.
Just another little glitch. We're getting used to that.
Just a tiny little setback, but it's okay. We're getting the hard lines run, so that's the important part. Because we can't put our calipers on permanently yet until we do the axle seals and get the axles back in, which I got to make some axle covered gaskets. So we'll just put this back together for now. For right here, at least we got the brake line on. I'll do the other side.
Put the belts on and tighten them up before we put the radiator in.
Yeah.
Oh, we will definitely be doing belts before we put that radiator back.
Much easier.
And when the press doesn't work, we beat things. When they're too big to go in the press.
Tell them why we're doing it.
Well, we're trying to separate the flange from the...
Yeah, but I mean the original puller bent.
Yeah, they bent the lug
most of
nuts.
the
Yep,
lug-
the studs. Not the old puller that I bought from, you know, the old one, the Snap-on, the Blue Point. The one that they brought originally, the one that broke. Let me take a crack at the other one, like all the way.
Sure. Except now you gotta buy new studs. I use
So, as I just stated earlier in the video, you'll have to pardon our fan, by the way. It's getting really warm. We're going to call it a day here in a second. But as I stated earlier in the video, we had to separate these from our drums. Because obviously we'll still be using this part, but not the drum setup. And it was a little difficult, but I was actually able to do it on my own on the second one. But you can see our studs here. Because of the first puller that broke, that the guys brought when they started the disc brake conversion, the puller that broke bent all the studs. So we're going to have to get new studs and just start all over again with that, which isn't a big deal, but you can see those are totally ruined. But very glad that we got these separated from the drums today, so that's a little bit more progress on that. So I wanted to thank everybody for watching again today. We didn't get as far as usual as what we'd like to because a couple different issues. One, the emergency brake cable is not long enough. to meet up with our new calipers here, so we're gonna have to figure out something on that issue. This is just kind of a temporary mounting of the brackets that were custom made for the car, just to try everything out, try the fit and all that. I have new seals, which we have to do. Our seal right there, any car people will know what I'm talking about. Have new seals, so we have to do those still, but got a few of the brake lines on. Even that kind of had some issues with sizing. We're gonna have to get some different size lines. Made good progress on the 48 though. Here's our tires off of it, and that is on stands, and we're ready to start doing brakes on this one, which will not be happening today, but hopefully sometime soon. So that's what that looks like. So yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a blessed Sunday.